Here at Legendary Tactics, with every digital board game version we play, we are always trying to beat the hard AI as an example of play. Today, we're going to be looking at Mystic Vale, and Cax is going to do his best to see if he can pull out a win here on Legendary Tactics. All right, so Cax, you recently were playing this and beat the hard AI.
Yeah, so we're just there is 5 levels of AI difficulty. So we went to the hardest one here and worked through it.
Yeah, and you're enjoying the game.
Oh my gosh, lots of fun. Yeah, it's strangely addictive. You just start going at it, and it's like, okay, I want to. Especially when the AI, it beats you a few times. You're like, all right, now I got to get better at it. So, what am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? So, I did find a few things out. You've been playing a bit too yourself too, right?
Yes. It's been I've been trying to work out some strategies, but I've been curious what you've been finding works. So.
So right there, I pulled a field of flowers actually, and that was that's worth two mana. So early, I think you want to.
Yes.
It's good to try and get that as much mana on your board as you can, or into the mix anyway. So.
Now, do you just tend to buy the most expensive card you can afford, or do you?
Yeah, I think it's a bit of a balance, right? Like if there's cards that are going to help with your synergies, and you're going to probably look to do that. But otherwise, I usually look at the. Obviously, if you can afford the higher price ones, it's a cost benefit, right?
Yes.
I don't know, how do you play it?
And the grassland, that's a perfect purchase because you get that growth symbol on there that is so helpful, and that is worth its weight in gold in this game.
In mana,
those green trees, worth its weight in mana.
Right.
So
that chieftain card I just pulled down and paired it up with the 2 sun spots together there. So. I think that may help for landing Vale cards. You have more. Yeah,
there's 2 different kind of styles of play or visions as far as how this best works. And I notice you're pushing your luck every time you possibly can in the planting phase, which is interesting. That would drive me bananas. But anyway, but it's interesting because it looks like you're building like super powered cards.
Yes.
Like out of, if you happen to get them, it's really, really powerful. Yeah. But the downside is you end up sometimes with, either blank cards
or a lot of dead cards, right? Or just like a one mana card or something.
Yeah. So. Like I have heard some people say that you want to spread out.
Oh, so really?
Every card is worthwhile.
Okay.
But I guess you've been finding some success, and obviously against the hard AI, I know that in general, the hard AI is not gonna necessarily pose the biggest challenge, but again, you got to view it as a training tool. It's something to teach you the game to play up to a certain level, and then you can take on some human opponents with some confidence. And I think that's
there's some value. There's some value to that, right? So
oh, that's a good one.
There's a little bit of everything in that one. Now you do get the that burning tree symbol. It burns one of your
that limits your
card draw. Yeah.
So sometimes this is a bit of a tough choice sometimes, but I guess you're not really focused on the Vale cards that much up top. I mean, I haven't seen you buy according to a particular pattern.
Yeah, no, I haven't.
Are there any patterns you've been coming across? I mean, I see there's a power card. That's great.
Yep. Yeah. So that's
a couple of them really.
That's what I was focused on trying to get up to, where you get like, the 8, 9s, and 10s mana so that you can start buying those higher. There was one example right there, getting that the Gaia's Choice. Just
which then you changed your
I flipped it out. Yeah, I was like right on cue for a second there.
Maybe not. Yeah.
I opted for it at the end.
And put it with the hawk. Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of this game is figuring out the synergies. And and sometimes you do end up with a reasonably bad draw, and I can see you hovering over the opportunity there to to put the
just got rid of it's cursed land. That's
planting phase.
That's what those are. They're cursed land cards.
Yes.
Yeah. So
just
being able to dump one of those is a really good you know, a good
And
thing.
I'm looking at the AI, and the AI is going for more Vale cards, and is kind of tied with you in the gray victory points, but falling behind on the
bonus pool,
the blue victory point pool. So
yeah,
it's interesting because I find that the synergies work, but it's not necessarily the most expensive card.
That's going to win you the game.
Just because you have the mana doesn't mean you should just buy the most expensive card. It's not a bad idea to consider it, but
it definitely has to work with what you're doing, right?
Yeah, and so I find that that's a real balance, and there's a lot of combinations and permutations you need to look at. But obviously, looking for the green growth symbols, the green trees.
Yeah.
And obviously, if you have cards like the Moonwolf or something like that,
I
that's
think
a
the
great
Moonwolf though is
opportunity.
early game. I think that's you want to get those mana cards down.
Yeah.
The Moonwolf
Yes.
though is nice because it also has the helmet shield or the helmet face there
which
on it.
can get you some extra points.
Yes.
Yeah, but look at that. The AI is really boosted there with Vale cards, and I don't even know if you actually have bought one yet.
I don't think I have. No.
Yeah,
no,
so that's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, and actually you're checking
Yeah,
right there. Yeah, there's nothing.
No.
So it's interesting because it shows that there's ways to win this game, even without the Vale cards. I mean, obviously they can give you a lot of advantages, but there's nothing wrong with rushing to the end. Let's see how things finish up.
Yes, indeed. And
so
37-26.
That's a pretty decisive victory.
Yeah, that's
there,
an 11-point margin. Yeah, I'll take that. So so there's one way, without a Vale card in play. So for me anyway. So
yeah,
yeah,
that's great. Well, it's good to see that the hard AI is beatable. Did you find it much of a challenge, or are you finding it just?
So that level 5 one did take a few cracks for me because I'm still actually working my way through the game and learning it. Learning it better, and so yeah, we're it's been fun, but yeah, it did take a few kicks at the can to get that. So.
Yes. Well, we will have to fire up a head-to-head game at some point soon because that'd be fun to take you on.
Oh, indeed.
So,
I look forward to it.
Yeah, so if you got some value out of this video and got maybe some ideas, we're still working our way through the strategy and getting better at it, obviously, but hopefully maybe you picked up a couple things.
Oh, and if anyone has tips out there that may come in handy, please, let us know in the comments below. We'd love to hear.
Yeah. Thanks so much for watching.